Oh, I love sports.
Sports.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, good afternoon and good evening to everybody, and welcome to the Sports Page here on SuperTalk, Mississippi, 97.3 and 99.3 FM. Hope you and yours are doing well. It is a little rainfall here at the SuperTalk studios, and might be a little up and down in terms of some precipitation, for the next couple of hours or so. But everybody be careful. We did pass up Highway 98 on our way up here, a couple of fender benders. So everybody be careful. The roads are a little slick because it's not really a big, heavy rain going on. It's just a little light little rain. Well, hope that your weekend went really well for a lot of folks at spring break. Yeah, and for the next couple of weeks, it'll be spring break all throughout this area. And so a lot of the kids and a lot of the parents, well, not really the parents. I guess the parents are not so much excited about it as the kids are and the teachers are, right? Yes. But oftentimes a number of our teams are still participating during spring break, baseball and softball. So they're still doing a lot of those things, and basketball just finishing up, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Thanks to all of our listeners that are north of Laurel on 99.3 and SuperTalk Laurel.com, and all of our listeners south of Hattiesburg on 97.3 and SuperTalk Hattiesburg.com. We have a number of things that we want to talk about today, and some things that have been breaking. Demario Davis, the linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, that's been there, Demario's been there, 12 years? 12 years, I think. And he has signed a 2-year, $22 million deal, $15 million guaranteed, good for him, with the New York Jets. Demario's 37. Of course, he was born in Collins, Mississippi, and raised up in Brandon with Arkansas State, and has had stops with the Jets, right, who drafted him. Then the Cleveland Browns went and stayed a whole lot of time in New Orleans, and now going back to the Jets. And he spent his first 4 seasons in the NFL there. And he'll unite with Coach Aaron Glenn, who served as the Saints defensive backs coach from 2016 to 2020. He spent 8 seasons with the Saints, 8 seasons, and he says one of the things that he said that he feel like he's accelerating through the finish line. We don't know how long Demario will play, but I know that locker room in New York is going to be different. So congratulations to him. Y'all, we got a big ball game here on tomorrow. Southern Mississippi takes on Ole Miss. You heard from Coach Mike Bianco and Coach Christian Ostrander, the baseball coach for Southern Miss, earlier today as a preview for the game. And, of course, know that you're going to see a whole bunch of pictures. It's a big conference series this weekend for both teams. They're open up conference play, and you'll see a bunch of pictures tomorrow and a whole bunch of people. So that's tomorrow at P. Taylor Park tomorrow evening. We talked about basketball, y'all, in the state basketball championships, and we had a number of area teams that made it to the big house, a whole bunch of them. And so when it came down to the final day, we had just a couple of them, really great Wayne County team. Man, they're good. And was not as fortunate to win a state championship, but they coming. They're a really, really good program and a lot of great kids, and they got some good kids coming back. But Laurel, under Coach Sherry Cooley, they were back. And, y'all, they won their second state championship in the last 3 years. Laurel did, and it was a special one for Coach Cooley. She has that team has a bunch of seniors on it, and they've been with her every day. And but it was really, really special this year because they were playing this game and wanting to win this game, that state championship game, Class 5A, for her, and so. She talked about it after the game. Listen to Coach Cooley out of Laurel. And she'll talk about just that experience and seeing her kids play for her like she did and like they did. And it was something to see. I mean, they were really just doing a whole bunch of just any loose balls, any of that. They got them. And Coach Cooley was moved by it. And, she She's just, if you know her, she's such a battler, but it's different this year.
But those girls, they really played the factor in me getting up every day and pushing through because they have never given up on me in 4 years, and they were always there. So that's the least I can do to be there for them.
Does it make you feel a little bit better?
Yes, that we accomplished the goal that we set out for them. Yes, I do.
You talked to some of the players, and they said that you've been so motivating this year to them. You kind of see it that way a little bit, just kind of helping motivate them and everything.
Well, we didn't talk about it much. They knew about it, but I did not want it to be that cloud over the program. I didn't want it to be something that was on their mind all the time. So we just tried to make it as fun as possible because I wanted them to stay focused on the goal that we set, and that was to go win the state championship.
Walker said you're no longer a coach to her, you're family. What does that mean?
That means a lot because I had to do a lot of raising with them. Like I said, Walker had her since the 9th grade. And I am like a mother or grandmother figure to them, and they are my babies.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach Sherry Cooley talking about that state championship that they won on Saturday, y'all, and she's the head coach of Laurel. It's their second championship in 3 years. Why is it so significant when she was talking about what she's been through? Well, it was she has been taking treatments because she is currently battling cancer, and Coach is soon going to retire. She talks about it, and that this may be her last year. I do know one thing. She is a dear friend of ours, and she we'll get to honor her at the Breakfast of Champions on Good Friday morning along with her seniors, and we're looking forward to that. And winning state championships is difficult, but also, too, when you got a bunch of kids that have done life with you, and they have done life with her. And so when she didn't feel 100%, and when she was just trying to kind of get to day, she always had them kids over there. And every year, Coach Cooley would send a number of her athletes to FCA Pink Huddle every year. I mean, I think she'll hold the record. And she would fight, too, because sometimes, you tell the coach, you can take 3 or 4 of them, we can take. And she'd say, no. I need this one, and I need this one. It might have been an 8th grader that was coming up to be a 9th grader, or at least it was someone, and she was doing that. And what she was doing is just building her team chemically. And they have just been so successful. And so congratulations to Laurel and Coach Sherry Cooley on winning the state championship in basketball, women's basketball. And we can't wait to see her on Easter weekend during Holy Week. My goodness, it's just always good. And, of course, know that during the Breakfast of Champions on April 3rd, on that Good Friday, y'all, we'll celebrate what the Lord's done through SCA and in our area, in our region, and we're excited. And, of course, Swayze Bozeman is our speaker. Swayze, a lot of the Southern Miss people know him, that he was a linebacker at the university, and he played a number of years. He got hurt every year. He's got a testimony. And he's a son in the Lord to us. Just did a lot of life with that young man out of Tri-County Academy. Came to us from Colin, and then just walked with him, and then facilitated his wedding. And now he's a father of Swayze Jr. and playing linebacker for the New York Giants. He came out of Southern Mississippi and played in the Super Bowl, which, believe it or not, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Then he signed a year with the Chicago Bears, and then now he's down with the Giants. And we're most excited that he would come home. And we knew he would have a platform. He led the players' Bible study for FCA when he was in school. He was the campus leader for FCA when he was in school. And so having those kids and those parents and those coaches in there to hear, just a whole country boy out of Florida, Mississippi, give his testimony about how you can go from just being a country farm boy and being now a linebacker in the National Football League. Yeah, and be from Mississippi and doing it right. And the temptations that come with that. That will be on Good Friday morning, and we're looking much forward to it. If you want to come, go to southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org, then click on events, and then you'll see more information. If you're a business and you're going into Holy Week and you really, really want to hear this or just support FCA, which is on 120 campuses in the southeast part of Mississippi and growing, 6 community colleges. And if we count the southwest part, I guess would be 7 with Southwest Community College, and 2 universities with the University of Southern Mississippi and at William Carey University. Big huddle, little huddle. A whole bunch of kids, a few kids. But my goodness, the heartbeat of the most, campus ministry that's been around for now 75 years. Yeah, we're still here. And we're now in 115 countries as well. Yeah. Good Friday, April 3rd, Breakfast of Champions. And you hear more about it as we get to the days, as the days go by. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. SoutheastMSFCA.org. Click on events. When we come back, we'll talk to the Sports Information Director at Jones College, our good friend Sean Wansley, when the sports page continues in just a moment.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. Congratulations to Coach Tracy Lampley. Pound! What's up, Pound? The new head football coach at Wayne County High School. Absolutely. Pound was approved today in the Wayne County School District. Of course, you know, y'all may know him as a standout at Wayne County when he was there. He was somebody. When he came to Southern Mississippi, he played 49 games, may have been the most versatile athlete that ever played there. He just could play so many different things. And, of course, he was on that team that finished 18th in the country, 12-2 in the BCS under Coach Fedora. That last team, and man, that team was really, really good. Of course, a whole bunch of coaches came off that team, and his head coach offensively was Blake Anderson, the offensive coordinator that year, and he's their head coach at Southern Mississippi now. And he has been a high school coach. He's coached even on the professional ranks. He was with the Edmonton Eskimos. He helped Laurel to a state championship when he was coaching with that pedal under Coach Boyles. His high school coach, he had been coaching in Ocean Springs. He had coached at Hines Community College. They got 3 children, him and his wife, Lukenya, just a beautiful family. He's offensive coordinator at Ocean Springs, and we're glad to have Pound back home. Welcome back to the Sports Page, and we're just rumbling around, getting out some local information. Y'all know the big baseball game tomorrow between Southern Mississippi and Ole Miss is at Pete Taylor Park on Tuesday. Go to southernmiss.com for more information to see if you can get in there. But in the meantime, let's listen to the Sports Information Director at Jones College, our good friend Sean Wansley. Hello, Sean. How you doing?
Hey, Mitch, I'm doing great tonight. How are you?
Doing just right. Doing really, 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 really well, man. I don't know if it's raining over your way, but it's kind of a little bit here, and had been, so to speak. But, you know, it's the spring, and that means baseball, softball, basketball finishing up. Give us an update, if you would.
Yeah, Mitch, it's raining pretty good where I am right now, but fortunately we're not playing outside this evening. But first thing we need to talk about is men's basketball. Coach Newton Mealer and the Bobcats will be playing in the Region 23 tournament semifinals tomorrow. And they will be playing the Southwest Bears at 4 o'clock, and that game is at Itawamba. We're in the semifinals now, Jones and Southwest in the first game. The host Itawamba team will play Hines in the second game. Hines is a big surprise. They upset Gulf Coast in overtime to reach these semifinals. But Jones, 22-9 on the year. They got there by defeating Pearl River 89-74 Saturday night at A.B. Howard Gymnasium. Jones played very well in that game, got out to a big lead. I believe we were up something like 48-22 late in the first half. Pearl River came back, got it within about 10 with about 10 minutes to go, but Jones pulled away in the end. This will be the fourth straight year for the Bobcats under Coach Mueller to reach the Region 23 semifinals. They've won it 2 years in a row, so they're going for a three-peat here. And whoever wins tomorrow, the two winners tomorrow, will play Thursday in the championship game, and the winner of that, automatic berth in the national tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas. On the women's side, Coach Tristan McGee Whitman, in her first year at Jones, the Bobcats defeated Holmes in the first round match of the tournament, 77-55, but Jones lost 61-56 at Northwest Saturday night in the quarterfinals. Jones led that game into the fourth quarter. They led for the whole game pretty much, but Northwest came back and went ahead late, ended up winning. But great first year for Coach Whitman, 20 wins and 9 losses.
Yeah.
A lot to build on right there for that team. And, of course, you mentioned outdoors baseball and softball. Tomorrow, Tuesday at 4 o'clock, Jones in softball will be hosting East Central, and that will be the first home conference doubleheader for the Bobcats of Coach Torrey View. They are number 6 in the nation. They're 22-5 on the year. They split their opening conference doubleheader at Northwest Friday. They won 9-1, then lost 2-1. That's the only doubleheader they have all week. And in the overall standing or overall rankings nationally in JUCO right now, Pearl River is number 1 in softball. Colin is number 3. Jones is 6. Itawamba is 10. Hines is 18. Northeast is 19. And Gulf Coast is 22. So
good gracious. Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be wide open all year. We're just getting started there with softball on the conference level. And on baseball, Coach Wes Thigpen's Bobcats have moved up to number 7 in the nation. They're 17-6 on the year, and they defeated Holmes 12-2 and Nunez College out of New Orleans 15-11 last week. They lost to Itawamba, so they went 2-1 last week, and they open conference play tomorrow against East Central on the road. And as of today, in the latest rankings, East Central is number 1 in the nation in baseball. They are 23-3 on the year, and I saw a stat they're averaging like over 13.5 runs a game, and that leads not only all the junior colleges, but if you put them in NCAA Division I, Division II, and Division III, it would lead that. So they're having quite a year in baseball. But Jones goes there tomorrow, and that's it for baseball this week. Next week we go to spring break, and Jones and Pearl River will be playing each other in baseball and softball. So that's going to be quite something to see next week with the Bobcats and the Wildcats playing during spring break.
Y'all listening to Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College, giving us an update on baseball, softball, and basketball as we roll into the postseason for hoops. And then here comes the first few great games that are being played for baseball and softball. My goodness, those teams are also good and ranked as well. So you have that theater. Let me ask you this, as we, this is usually at Jones, we're talking about baseball, softball, and basketball postseason now. But, of course, let's talk about football for a second. I mean, we had National Signing Day at Jones, and then now you, I guess, got to prepare for some kind of spring football, correct?
That's correct. Coach Latrell Pollard and the guys have been going through some conditioning workouts right now. We're going to have over 30 guys out for spring ball. It actually start on March 31st, the actual spring practice at Jones. So having more than 30, you can do a little bit more than you usually can. I've been around spring ball at Jones before. We've only had like 15, 16 guys out. But Coach Pollard and his staff are preparing for spring ball, and we'll do that after we get back from spring break. And then before you know it, it'll be August, and we'll be sweating down for that first ball game.
So, Sean, tell us what other things are going on campus. I guess, with those major sports addressed, that doesn't mean that's everything that's going on at Jones.
Oh, tomorrow our tennis teams will be playing, I would say, their biggest matches of the year. Jones will be hosting Gulf Coast in tennis at 2 o'clock. And on the women's side, our women are number 9 in the nation. They're 8-0 overall. and our men are number 13 in the nation. They're 10-0 overall. The Gulf Coast women are ranked number 13, and I believe their men are ranked number 12. And that match for both is absolutely huge. And I'll just go out on a limb. I wouldn't call it much of a limb. I'll just say whoever wins tomorrow is going to win the conference. And whoever wins the conference will host the region in April. So it's a huge, huge tennis matches for Coach Brooks Buffington and the Bobcats tomorrow at home against the Gulf Coast Bulldogs. On the golf scene, the Bobcats tied for fourth in a tournament up at Philadelphia, Dancing Rabbit, last week. So that's their last tournament before spring break, and they will return to action March the 23rd and 24th in the Lou Hart Invitational at Northwood Country Club in Meridian. So a lot going on just besides baseball, softball. It's kind of a hectic time of the year. We got basketball winding down, but the other sports are kicking into high gear.
So how can everybody keep up with the Bobcats as basketball finishes up and baseball and softball continues to warm up?
Yeah, just go to jcbobcats.com. Our schedules and rosters and game stories and box scores and recaps are all over jcbobcats.com. You can go to Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram and search Jones College Athletics for more information about Jones College sports.
All right, Sean, hope to talk to you same time, same place, my friend, next week. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Mitch. Thank you.
Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College, giving you an update on basketball and softball and baseball. Baseball ranked 7th in the country, and softball ranked, I think, 6th, I think he said, in the country. But as he said, Pearl River is ranked number 1 in the country for the first time ever. Yeah, we'll talk to our head coach, Coach Meeks, in the weeks to come. But how about women's basketball is thumping? Yes, Scotty Fletcher is now the head coach of Louisiana Monroe. They won the league last year. But, you know, the new coach, Coach Williams, man, she done raised the ruckus down there. Well, we hope to catch up with Coach Williams and congratulate her on winning the state championship regular season and now in the Region 23 tournament and getting the first round win. More of the sports page continues when we come back.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
Welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. Hope you and yours are doing just right. My goodness. Hopefully it is not raining where you are. It is raining here, and it's been raining a lot in the Super Talk radio area. So I hope everybody's taking some precautions and doing some what. I had one of our students today sent me this. 8 things to remember when going through tough times. I think I've read it here before, but I love this, and it but it's kind of going around. But it's everything can and will change, number 1. Number 2, you've overcome challenges before. Number 3, it's a learning experience. Number 4, not getting what you want can be a blessing. Number 5, allow yourself to have some fun. Number 6, being kind to yourself is the best medicine. Number 7, other people's negativity isn't worth worrying about. And finally, number 8, and there's always, always, always something to be thankful for. 8 things to remember when going through tough times. Yeah, that's something to get on the wall. Yeah, hope you and yours are doing just right on this week, and that this Monday is the beginning of a great week for a lot of folks. And, man, I know one thing. Folks are excited about basketball down there in Pearl River County, down at Pearl River Community College, because they are raising up a ruckus over there because the women's basketball program under their new head basketball coach, my goodness, I mean, they're just doing it. And with us is Coach Shanae Govan Williams, the head women's basketball coach at Pearl River. Hello, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
Doing really, really good. Good. First of all, I want to congratulate y'all on winning the state championship. And this thing is, you've been coaching in this league for a while. It's tough.
Yes, it's really tough. Great competition, great coaches, great athletes. I mean, it's a tough league. Every night is a dogfight.
When you came here, and of course, Coach Fletcher, was successful prior to his leaving to go to Louisiana Monroe, and then you start framing your team and going to work, and then you start doing then you start getting in a really good groove. When did you know that you had really the recipe and really the things in it to possibly to win the state championship and now going into Region 23 and being competitive? When did you know that you had a shot at being really good?
Honestly, when I took the job, I knew there was a possibility. I was at Kahoma for 2 years, and we were at the top of the conference with not much talent that we had here at Pearl River. So I knew going in it would be a strong possibility that we could, contend for a championship. But I think it began to really click for us after our non-conference season. We were battle-tested, played a lot of games on the road. We actually only had 2 home games. And out of the 10 games we had, 6 teams were nationally ranked in the top 10. And so we took a few losses, but I saw a lot of maturity and growth in my players. And I knew that, going into conference, I felt very confident that we were well prepared, not just because we had the talent, but because we were tested before going into conference.
Coach Williams, I have this thing of saying that point guards make great coaches. Mm-hmm. I've said this. I played point guard in high school, but I never coached. Yes, but I sit there and I see Sherry Cooley, my friend, who they won state at Laurel, Coach Murray at West Jones. I covered them when I was in television. They were point guards, really good. And then, of course, we know about Coach Staley, and we know about Kim Mulkey. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I don't want to forget about Alfaka Moore, who played at Laurel High School as a guard, and just all great coaches. And now here you are. And I don't know if you played point guard, but I know you did. I bet you. See, I knew it. The reason why I want to say that is there a perspective, because being a point guard, you had the ball in your hand, that helps you in terms of being a really good coach and knowing, what parts work, when you're on this level?
I think the biggest thing is that when you're playing for a program that does it right, I think point guards are an extension of the head coach. Like for me, I played for a nationally ranked team at Delta State. We were really good. Went to the Sweet 16, played in the NCAA tournament 2 years. I'm a 4-time conference champion. And my coach trusted me to make the plays down the stretch, when things were tight, when it was tough. But I think coaches that rear their point guards and being an extension of them, I think it just prepares us for, if we do go into coaching, to be great leaders and we see the game from a different perspective. I know for me, I feel like I was a really good point guard, but I think it helped me become a better leader and to see the game far beyond what I think a lot of other people see. So I'm grateful that I have that experience as a point guard, but also too, I think it has prepared me to be where I am today.
It's beautiful to see, and it's beautiful for you to have the success in your first year. And also beautiful is that, Coach, here comes Wednesday. And y'all got that big one against Gulf Coast in the Region 23 semifinals. And, I've seen photos. I follow you on Twitter, and I'm like, I see these photos with you standing with these teams, and they come and support the Lady Wildcats. Talk about that, about how the athletic department and all those children, all those student athletes and coaches, they come to that gym to come support you in the program, and then y'all do it vice versa.
Right. I think that Pearl River is a special place. That goes into one of the things where I said in the beginning, like I felt like we had a strong chance because it's a special place where the administration, they get it. They're going to support you. All the athletic programs, we're like a family. And you don't find that everywhere. But I know those are some of the key ingredients that makes places special, but also, too, our other programs are winning. But more than that, they want you to win as well. And so immediately when I came in, I felt the love. I felt the support. support. Everyone knows, like you said in the beginning, Coach Fletcher did an amazing job. And I never felt as if no one believed that me and my staff and this team couldn't keep it going. I mean, my athletic director, Coach Michael Avalon, has been amazing. His baseball team, I mean, has literally carried us every home game, just creating that atmosphere that everybody wants to play in. And so I'm grateful for that. But not only that, they show up for us on the road. So we're excited and blessed that we get to host Wednesday, our biggest rival. Everyone knows Gulf Coast. So I'm excited about that and excited to have the support of our administration in this community to back us.
Yeah, Coach Williams, y'all was talking about an environment that also includes y'all, the softball team, ranked number 1 in the country as of yesterday, and it is awesome to see all of that. Also, too, I know that from our FCA circles is that I see that your team oftentimes goes down to Malone Chapel with Kendall and our kids that are leading FCA. How important is that? I mean, in terms of, being on a college campus and being in Poplarville, Mississippi, and knowing that, you can sit there with your team and then talk about the inside out as opposed to the outside in.
Absolutely. Faith is everything for us. I mean, me and my team, every home and away game, we do devotion. We have devotion before every game, and it's led by my players, and I love that. And like you said with FCA, it's so beautiful to see all the sports and the student athletes to come together and, just have a moment of reflecting as it relates to their faith, getting poured back into, because so many times I think people forget that these are student athletes that need that, that need to be poured back into. They give so much, they sacrifice so much, they go through so much mentally that, the average person doesn't go through, like with the pressures of, like you said, our softball team is number 1 in the nation. Never been done before in school's history. Everyone knows the tradition of our basketball program as well as our baseball program. And so I think it's beautiful that our institution, takes pride in that, and FCA and Mr. Kendall just pouring into our student athletes, and also to the coaches come and they support. So I think for the student athletes to see their coaches there and ready to worship and ready to pour back into them, I think that's what another aspect of what really makes this place really special.
It brings joy to us. Dr. Adam Breerwood was at an ADP meeting and was talking about the role of FCA and that with those student athletes and those students. And I remember, Coach, before you got there, I mean, back in 2011 when there was nobody in Malone Chapel but 5 of us, and now got Kendall over there. It's packed. Yes, sir. Yes. And I'm so grateful that now going on 15 years, there's a place for student athletes and coaches, and then also creating an environment that a coach that's faith-led like you can come. Speaking of that, though, after you now played one game in the Region 23 tournament and won that game against Kahoma, now it gets tougher every time you play in the postseason. What are going to be the keys at home against the rival Gulf Coast team on Wednesday?
I think the biggest key is just staying focused and understanding, act like you've been here before. It's just another game. Although we know it's a winner go home game, we've been telling our players it's just one game at a time, one possession at a time. You're not going to win the game in one possession. I know a lot of people say that, they can pinpoint different possessions they won or lost the game, but we're just telling our kids we belong here. But also, too, at tournament time, it's a matter of who shows up. Rankings don't matter anymore in the tournament. We've watched a lot of postseason basketball in different various conferences and, watched a lot of teams, upset other people, just like on our men's side. The number 12 seed Hines they're still dancing. And so we're preaching to our kids, enjoy it. We just won state. We just won the MAC title. But, none of that matters anymore. It's going to come down to, who's going to show up, who's going to be best prepared, but most importantly, who's going to be able to stay together down the stretch, because we know we're going to see adversity. Dr. Adam Breerwood just said adversity breaks some, and it allows others to break records, and that's what we're looking to do.
Shut up. Boy, that sounds like, come on, Adam. Last question. Before we you talked about seeing a lot of the postseason tournaments and things, and, Coach, it wasn't like that for women's basketball 10 years ago in terms of the national spotlight. I mean, it didn't – we still had kids playing and doing really, really well, but now the national spotlight on women's collegiate basketball, to me, is at an all-time high. I think it's beautiful, awesome to see. What are your thoughts on that when you see that and that influence on your kids?
I think it's something it's been long overdue. I mean, when you think about the Cynthia Coopers, the Candace Parkers, the Maya Moores, all of them that paved the way Even Dawn Staley in her era, Kim Mulkey, all the things like these it's always Leslie Cooper, like everybody, Lisa Leslie, everybody that, were always just as good as these players. I'm just grateful that now I think social media is bigger, and so the student athletes, have a bigger platform with the NIL and things like that. But I think it does a great justice for our women, for our student athletes to want to be the next Angel Reese and the next Caitlin Clark, all the things. So I think it pushes our student athletes, specifically on the JUCO level, to want to go harder because they have role models who they say, like, well, I want that to be me. I want to be the next one to get a big NIL deal, or I want to go to LSU like Flau'jae. So I think it's a beautiful thing, and I'm grateful that this game is for women in that aspect. I think I'm grateful that it's getting the attention that it deserves, and I believe that it's just going to continue to grow and just help young ladies to want to be in the spotlight.
Coach, I'm against a hard break. I got to go. Best of luck to you on Wednesday, and let's catch up soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Coach Williams, we'll be back.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. Congratulations to Tracy Lampley, the new head football coach at Wayne County High School. Pound, as we call them. The Wayne County standout, Coach Balls and Marcus Balls. And now he was a standout at Southern Miss, played in 49 games in 4 years, was so multiple, and was on one of maybe the greatest team that Southern Miss ever had. I know in the recent times, back in 2015, and 2011. And he's now the head football coach, native of Wayne County, knows the terrain, and we wish him the best. Can't wait to see him. Hopefully we'll see him on Easter weekend. Also want to thank Coach Shanae Govan-Williams, the MAC champion at Pearl River, and they're now in the Region 23 quarterfinals, semifinals, and I've had a marvelous year, her first year there. Man, she's wonderful. Takes her team to FCA down there on the at Malone Chapel down there. Oftentimes it's a big enough crowd they got to put in the gym. So thankful to Kendall Lumpkins and his leadership down there for us and our staff, and just grateful for him in so many ways. All right. Don't forget, y'all, big ball game on tomorrow, about 24 hours. The Southern Miss baseball team, which is ranked, y'all, ranked. The Eagles are ranked as high as 6th in some polls. And we were looking at it. It's awesome. 6th, 7th, 8th. I think the lowest one is 10th. Yeah. So the Eagles will take on Ole Miss on tomorrow at P. Taylor Park, and then hit the road to play their first Sun Belt Conference series at Arkansas State on Friday. So going to be real good, and that's the third SEC opponent that Southern Miss has played on a Tuesday, right? Because they beat Alabama 2 weeks ago, then they beat Mississippi State last week, and then they're playing Ole Miss this week before they open up conference play. Demario Davis, who spoke at our Breakfast of Champions last year, has signed a 2-year, $22 million reportedly contract with the New York Jets, the team that drafted him out of Arkansas State. Of course, Demario was born in Collins, Mississippi, and went to Brandon, so then there to Arkansas State. So he is now going to be with the New York Jets, and he says that he's going through the tape in a great way. You know, he's at 37 right now, playing middle linebacker, y'all, and he can still do it. And, of course, he's a committed Christian, and we know the locker room over there is going to be a whole lot different because he's there. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to Laurel winning their second championship in 3 years. Coach Cooley and her team will be at the Breakfast of Champions on Good Friday morning. Can't wait to see him. Y'all know that you'll hear commercials and different things and billboards and all these kinds of things about Swayze Bozeman. Will be our speaker. We'll have some champions of character. You know, we spent all these years, y'all, for years just celebrating a lot of these kids, rightfully so, that could hit 3-pointers and score touchdowns and do all these things. But the kids that's trying to do it right. And so a coach will nominate a child to be a champion of character, and we'll celebrate them on Good Friday morning. I can't wait. And this is year 14 of doing just that. Know that Crusader Talk is at the top of the hour on 97.3. A whole lot to talk about because basketball postseason is ongoing, and the NAIA Nationals is all of that. It's going to come, so y'all tune into that. It's really awesome. I want to read this to you, and this is coming from Acts 9:22, and it says, "But Saul," that being soon to be Paul, "increased all the more in strength and confronted the Jews, proving that this Jesus is the Christ." That's Acts 9:22. But Saul, that meaning Paul, who wrote a good portion of the New Testament, increased all the more in strength and confounded the Jews, proving that this Jesus is the Christ. Psychologist Sheldon Kopp says all of the significant battles are waged within the self. All of the significant battles are waged within the self. And that's so true. The greatest of these battles people wage is against their own flaws and failures. To have an opportunity to reach your potential, oftentimes you must know who you are and face your own flaws. Amen to that. It's a conversation you're having with yourself every day, right? Right. To do that, see yourself clearly. Admit your flaws honestly, discover your strengths joyfully, and build on those strengths passionately. Clearly, honestly, joyfully, and passionately. See yourself, admit your flaws, discover your strengths, and build on them. And you can reach your potential tomorrow. I believe that. See yourself, admit your flaws, be honest, man, about how you can just, if you drop the ball, then deal with it. Discover your strengths. You got a lot of them. Some of them hadn't been tapped yet, right? And build on those strengths passionately. Go get it. Don't let up. How about that? Maybe that'll help somebody this first part of the week. Woo, Crusader Talk, y'all, is at the top of the hour on 97.3. From all of us to all of you, we hope that you have an awesome and incredible week. We want to talk to you same time, same place next week. Take care, everybody. God bless.